Hello gamers. This is pretty much your friendly neighborhood Hank. This video for today pretty much is going to clarify to anybody out there that doesn't really know about emulators and ROMs. Cause hey, there's still people out there, you be home bored and stuff, and TV isn't really worth watching anymore. So I'm going to fix this for you. First off, emulators. Emulators are pretty much programs that emulate other game systems. Or in other words, the digitized version of video game systems. While ROMs are the digitized version of Super Nintendo games. Wait, okay, I said that wrong. ROMs are the digitized versions of cartridge games in general. Anything that's not a CD, that is a ROM. Which I'm going to show you proof of right now. What's the game that all of us really know about? I mean, if you're any type of game, everybody knows about this guy. What else? Super Mario World, right? Yes, I have that playing on my computer. Everybody's probably wondering, oh my god, Hank, how did you do that? Simple. You go online, preferably I'll have a link on the page at the bottom so that you can actually go to it, or copy and paste it however you want. rom-world.com romworld.com, but don't forget the hyphen, otherwise you'll get redirected to somewhere else. And for that matter, here's another heads up. Actually, before I go into that, one thing I definitely want to get out of the way is this right here, which you'll find out in a bit. Super NES game, well, it's not even just that, but that's mainly a target of ESRB or whatever the hell it's called, which is the reason why you probably wouldn't be able to find some games like Super Mario World or Kirby or anything like that. The whole big huge problem, honestly, is the fact, think about it, if a website only gets donations like what, 5 times a month for people to actually feel generous, they'll send like 25 cents to the highest amount they'll probably get is like $10, which they may get like 3 times a year for that matter, and it's money coming out of their pocket. They put that ROM out there anyway, and then guess what? A company could go sue them like Nintendo or something. It'd be like $30,000 or something like that. They won't be able to survive that. And they're going to actually be, man, they're going to have to shut down their site. And they're going to have to pay $30,000. Come on. Of course they're going to take it off. For that matter, I'm not going to say the program. Mainly, for legal reasons. But what I can tell you is, you see what I'm doing here? You see what I'm doing here? You see that? Read that. Write that down. Copy and paste it. Whatever you do. You do whatever you do. Type whatever you're looking for in that. And you find what you're looking for. And then you'll have the file. And this right here, this is another one, except if you want to borrow some games you already own in bulk, pretty much this is the program that you use to borrow games that you already have that you're trying to get for backup and for other purposes. I really covered my ass there. But point is, this is for getting them in bulk. This is for getting them one by one. Either way it goes, they're both good. Watch out for viruses. Look how big the file is. Look and see what people have to say about it. And you'll be done with that. Now, for Game Boy Advance, Visual Boy, or Boycott Advance are very good programs. One thing you should definitely know about, though, Google it if you can't find it, is you'll need the BIOS file. Definitely get it before you actually start playing either program, because some games actually can run without the BIOS program. But if you do something stupid like me and end up getting a BIOS file afterwards, then if you make it far in a game and you have a save point and you already started up the BIOS file, even though you have a save point from when you didn't have it, you will not be able to use that save point, and then you will be looking stupid if you played over 30 hours of some game that you did not save, just using the original game itself, but just using Control and S. You will look stupid because you're going to have to do all those 30 hours over again for that single game. Anybody that played Final Fantasy Tactics or anything like that know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't be stupid. Don't do it. Project 64, you have to download some plugins from that. I'm pretty sure that you can find this from BitTorrent, a package like that, or you can actually find it from the site itself. But Project 64 is pretty much the go-to emulator for N64 games. If you're having any problems like clipping, or it looks like scrambled eggs full of graphics, then that probably means you may have to update your computer. Believe me, I know this, because this other piece of crap that's right next to me is this desktop that I do not use, but mainly because of that fact. Okay, next emulator, Game Boy Color. I mean, you can play it on Visual Boy, but meh. The different thing about this is it plays Game Boys and NES, even Nestor files, which you'll find out soon enough that there are a lot of different emulators for different games or whatever. But Nestor is one of the go-to NES emulators, and Gens is the go-to Genesis emulator. You won't have problems with this unless you're trying to play Sega 32X games. Then you have to download the BIOS file for that. Now, the main big thing that I want to get into is MAME. Now, a lot of people have had problems with MAME starting off with emulators. I was one of them. I had to self-teach myself. Look, first off, you're probably wondering, oh, this is easy right here. No. But you do need to definitely get Turbo MAME. MAME 32 is good, but Turbo MAME is easier to use. It organizes things. I like it. MAME 32 puts things in a list, I would say. So having both of them, it doesn't matter. Both of them are good. I understand if you actually like plug up your MAME to a TV or whatever, and have a tournament or something like that, then MAME 32, you could put that up to brag and be like, holy crap, look at all the games that this guy has. And that's what MAME 32 is mainly for. Also for organizing and categorizing. But first off, to actually use MAME, the big thing that you must look out for, alright, you gotta have all your stuff in the same file. So to use Turbo MAME, have all your MAME files with Turbo MAME. This will make it easier. Turbo MAME will actually run. You don't have to know any DOS, which stops a lot of people from messing around with stuff like this because they think that they have to do DOS. With Turbo MAME, you do not have to do any of that because it's a front end. And the reason why it says a fastest front end on the web when you actually have it over, because there's other front ends that does the same thing that MAME 32 and Turbo MAME do. So as long as you have all your arcade games in the same file, you can name it whatever. You can even name it Chili or Pie or whatever you want to. If you're using MAME 32, you have to audit the games. And you just click on that, audit all games. But if it still hasn't found your games, you go to directories. and then you would click on browse, and you would choose where your actual, arcade ROMs are, and be done with it. And that's how you play arcade games. And yeah, that's pretty much it for ROMs. And before this damn hypercam goes haywire and screws up on me, next video I will teach you guys how to use Mugen properly. I think that's how you say it. Mugen, whatever you call it. It's this kick-ass fighting game right here, which I will go into next video. But thank you for your time, and that is how you use ROMs. If anybody has any questions, just leave the comments, and I will pretty much make a response video and send it to them. Alright, thanks.